Hey class, I want to talk to you a little bit about the books and the course theme. So as your instructor, my job is to do everything I can to design the course so that you will be successful in achieving the learning outcomes for English 101. Outcomes-wise, there are two that stand out to me. There's an outcome about learning how to write with sources, and then there are outcomes that deal with the style and quality of your own writing. And so I think it would be a good idea for English 101 students to have actual hard copy books to center the learning around, because then you're dealing with page numbers. And also, if the book I choose is a very high quality piece of writing, that's a model for you to say, this is what good writing looks like and how can I emulate good writing? So I thought, what is a book that would serve these purposes? And I could not stop coming back to Tim O'Brien, The Things They Carried. First of all, if you look at lists of the best literature from the 21st century, you will see his name and that text repeated over and over and over. I felt good about this choice because I have assigned Tim O'Brien a handful of times for various courses and different reasons, and students always have a positive response. And that said, I've wondered in the past, how can I utilize this book more in my composition courses? In the past, I was a student of, and I taught a course called War at LCC. And that is a 15-credit, 3-course political science, psychology. When I taught it, it was English. When I took it, it was drama. And it's this really exciting, like I said, 15-credit learning experience. And we used Tim O'Brien. Students loved it. We also taught a play called A Piece of My Heart. The quarter that we taught it, the theater program at LCC performed that play, and it was amazing. So I'm prepping for this course with you, and I think, I'll do that. I'll use Tim O'Brien. I'll use A Piece of My Heart. One's masculine, the other's feminine. It sort of creates this unified theme of the Vietnam War with a little bit of everything, a little bit more diversity than just the O'Brien text itself. Also really good to learn and experience reading a play. It's a different kind of challenge that'll enhance your analysis skills. Speaking of analysis, I'm a rhetoric major. When I was in my master's program, I studied the rhetoric of space and specifically looked at the rhetoric of the Vietnam Wall Memorial. And it was one of the most fascinating aspects of my own learning. And I always thought, I want to share this learning with students because it's exciting, it is intriguing, the history behind it is dramatic, and it just illuminates a lot of the value in rhetorical meaning making, and I think will help you to think about your own rhetorical meaning making. But then I get all this set up. I'm like, I've got O'Brien, I've got the play, I've got memorial analysis, but is it contemporary enough to where my incoming 101 students are going to engage well with it? Or are they going to be like, this is just for history buffs? Is it relevant? And so I started Googling, what is the value of studying the Vietnam War and looking at it today? And I know the cheesy cliche answer of, you have to look at the past to, be successful in the future. But that didn't feel like enough. I wanted to be convinced so that I could convince you. And that's when I found this op-ed that really solidified the course theme. You're going to read it this week, and then at the very end of the quarter, you will write a argumentative response to some aspect of it. More on that later. The point is, this op-ed, I want you to ignore that in the header, the headline for the op-ed, and toward the end of the argument, there is mention of Donald Trump. And I think it'd be really easy for you to see his name and either articulate like, is this a pro-Trump or an anti-Trump argument or author? And I think that's a waste of time. That's not the point of the article in this course. And I think it will distract you from pondering the bigger claims that this author is making. Specifically, this author is saying that looking at the Vietnam War helped her to have both new fears and new hopes for the divisiveness and the troubling times that we're living in today. And she makes some connections to say that what we dealt with back then maybe is unresolved, and maybe that's why we're seeing some of the divisiveness that we're seeing today. So I read that article and I think, yes, this is a valuable theme. And no matter what, if I choose a book for you, there's gonna be a theme. And so I thought, this is a good one. This will work. And the other thing I want to iterate to you is that you don't have to have deep knowledge of the Vietnam conflict or the Vietnam War. I think we'll all have a basic knowledge of that. I will design this course so that you can be successful if you know a lot about it or a little bit about it, as long as you do the assigned reading and watching. I want to end on the note that I could have never predicted when I chose this theme and these books in the middle of spring quarter, how much more relevant the theme might become. So you'll notice in headlines in the last month, the Vietnam War has resurfaced. Even the other day, I was driving on the Nichols side of Lake Sacagawea, if you're a local student, and I saw a sign that said, the Vietnam Wall Traveling Memorial will be here your first week of the quarter. It will be in, I think, Longview. And so you could visit that and you could really immerse yourself in the theme itself. And I know that Veterans Day falls during our fall quarter. That makes the theme feel very relevant. There are so many ways that you can integrate this learning experience into a broader experience this fall quarter. So those are some things for you to think about. I've provided some real quick historical videos below, and that op-ed article that you'll write about at the very end of the quarter, but that you need to read this week. You can, for the sake of reviewing the syllabus, skip that for now. This video is all you need. Go forth and come back to that stuff later. Honestly, I'm so excited about experiencing this theme together. I really hope that you'll enter it with an open mind and allow yourself to have new revelations. Reading, writing, and thinking, all of these processes, all of these learning outcomes should be ways of coming to new ideas, new and unique ideas that you hold about the world around you. My intent is not to give those ideas to you, it's to create an environment where those ideas bloom authentically for you.